I look kind of short and dark and mysterious. I don't know what's going on here, but
it's like the lights are fading.
Yeah, lights are fading. The lights are
kinda
going
like
out.
your career.
That's absolutely. All is good here at the. Where are we at? What is this facility called? The Bakersfield, California.
Yeah.
Bakersfield, California. This is the Bako Motorsports Power Hour. We have no idea what show number this is.
No, because you quit counting this year, and now I would have no idea to catch up.
That's true. I had a count last year. Let's just say we started the show in February.
But we missed some.
We've missed because I've traveled and you've been busy and everything like that. We've missed a few shows.
Yeah, we missed about 3 shows, I think.
Right.
So,
so
I think we could figure it out.
I think we're probably we have 52 weeks in a year. This is probably show 25.
Somewhere around there.
Somewhere around that range. 23, 24 in that range, which means that we've done this show almost 100 times now.
Yeah.
100 hours of you and I talking to each other for the last
Boy,
three seasons.
If that doesn't hold an audience, I don't know what will.
And that doesn't even include our trips to Auto Club Famoso Raceway and other places through the years.
And the trips you used to make to like Bakersfield Speedway, but now don't show up because it's 111 degrees and you're waiting in line for a Harry Potter book. That's sad. That's really sad.
It was an air conditioner in there.
That's really sad.
I had coffee and cookies.
Well, maybe
I love Scott Schweitzer and I love Bakersfield Speedway and I love Kern County Raceway Park. But you know what? I'll go sit in Barnes & Noble
when it's 111.
When it's 111 degrees and have a nice cup of coffee and have a cookie. And I like Harry Potter, so I'm not going to deny that. So
okay, there you
go.
Right, I like motorsports.
You do. This is the Bako Motorsports Power Hour, brought to you by the Bakersfield, California. That's my good friend over there, Mike Griffith.
I'm not going anywhere.
You're not going anywhere. You've been here for 37
years.
37 years, and you're not going anywhere. Is Jeff Evans here?
Jeff Evans is here. He's busy.
Okay.
I don't know what he's doing, but he's busy.
This looks good behind me. I like this.
America.
America. Show Griffith with America.
Yeah.
There he is.
America.
You know, we had a great show last week. We were talking about this more. Hopefully Blake can show up. Now, Scott Schweitzer called in sick.
Yes.
Okay,
he's sick.
He's ill.
And Blake Bowser is at a doctor as we speak, so he may not make it.
He may not make it.
So Steve Hughes will be here today.
Steve Hughes will be here.
So
he always has something to say. Now, I will be the first to admit that this is my next to last show on the Power Hour. I'm leaving the paper next week after 4.5 great years with most of it with Mike, spending most of my time with Mike and Jeff Evans for that matter, and Zach Ewing and the sports department of California. I won't mention the other guy.
Like in our hair.
In our hair. In your hair.
In our hair.
And you can follow us, by the way, and I will continue to follow this on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on YouTube. So, by the way, we need to get more involved in Instagram because you know who's a great follow on Instagram? Leah Pritchett.
And she's going to have an announcement later this week, I believe. So
think she's going to finally get a full-time ride?
I believe, well, one would not be having an announcement to say they are not.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I thought maybe she would switch over to something else. So, maybe full-time modeling, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Okay, so like I said, this is my next to last show. And next week, I do want to do a thing, Mike, where I want to kind of go over my 5 or 10 favorite things that we've done. Oh, we have a slide. Go ahead and show that slide.
We have a slide.
Okay.
So
you built the show today.
Yeah, I built the show. And you know what?
Yes.
We were talking last week, and you were denying that you were moving to this fine, single-wide, very long trailer.
Right.
However,
that's pretty good.
Our crack reporters stayed on the job, followed you around, and caught you relaxing.
Put it on the big screen. Can you put it on the big screen, Chris? Can you put it on the big screen? Let me see this real quick.
Yeah, caught you relaxing there. Look at that.
Yes.
You got your party hat on.
Right.
You got your little fixer-upper car. I knew you just bought a new one, so there it is. And, of course, you've got somebody already out. You're not going to push a mower through all that, so you got the goats.
You got the goats. Looks like they have that looks like they've repaired that facility with that spray paint stuff they have.
Yeah, so well, what do you mean? Looks like they. Come on. You're sitting here. You're the king of your domain here.
Is that a Pontiac?
You bought it. I don't know. It's yours. Don't deny.
All right. That's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go into a single wide somewhere in the nondescript area with the goats and
a car on blocks.
Car on blocks.
Wheels up on the wheels.
I am from Hemet, so you might be, I have been disparaged before.
That is pretty green. Somebody's using a lot of water in California for that.
True.
That's more like Northern California, and behind the trailer might be a grow, so you never know.
Okay, listen. Where I came from in Hemet, California, where I moved here from, you would have green, but it would be spray painted green because you'd have the spray painted rocks.
So we wish you well in your new house.
Oh, it'll be fantastic. It's what my wife has always looked forward to. And I'm telling you, I had to talk her off the ledge a couple of times. She wanted to buy a single wide up there by Bakersfield Speedway, and I love Scott and everything. But I said, you realize that there's like the racing there is like there every Saturday. Like, you can hear it.
Yeah, you can hear it.
She said, well, it's like $59,000. I said, there's probably a reason for that, but anyway. All right, so last week we had a great show. That's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
It's all, you know what? It's all Chris McCullough's fault, and it's really John Farron's fault. So, who are the producers of this show? But last week we had a great show. We had Blake on, and Blake broke news in the show last week.
Yeah, which we could talk about in the segment coming up.
Absolutely.
On that.
All right.
On a 6.0 index, we've actually got worldwide racing news. Well,
all right,
at least nationwide
let's get to your
racing
news. Let's get to your news.
We had Pocono.
Pocono,
yeah.
where it was rained out for a day. Did you watch the videos? We should have got them. Did you watch the videos of Keelan Harvick?
I was watching. I happened to be in on the during one of the rain delays and just looked up at the TV, and Brad Keselowski was laughing, and they panned over, and there's Keelan swimming in a puddle, Keelan Harvick, and Brad's just shaking his head. So that was on television there. Yeah. It was pretty funny.
And then later on, Tony Stewart came over and chased him around. So.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do during a rain delay?
Yeah,
so
right.
But yeah, Pocono was a race that took 2 days, and still did not finish. No. So I think Chris has a slide of Chris Buescher being the winner there, and everybody came into pit. Caution came out. Everybody came into pit except Buescher and one other person, and guess what?
He won.
Fog rolled in. Fog never left, and he won. So that does not put him in the chase, though. The theory is that if you win, you're going to get into the chase.
Yeah.
But you've got to be in the top 30 in points, and he's 5 or 6 points out of the top 30.
But he got that. He got
the win, so now he's got to get into the top 30 in points. Then he's in the chase.
Nice.
Which will take somebody, and all of a sudden that might knock somebody else out. So.
Well, Harvick was there. He was in the mix, though.
Yeah, he was in the mix. He had a strong car. He finished 4th. I mean, that's where he was when he came out of the pits. Came out of the pits 2nd, and 2 guys stayed out of the track, so he finished 4th. Who knows what would have happened? Casey Mears, 21st. He ran much better than that, was running in the top 10 at some points.
Yeah.
He lamented that they had a better car than that, and that's just where you were when
the
race ended.
It's actually a more positive result because he's kind of been the back of the pack here for the last few weeks.
Yeah, he's had some problems, and he was up there. He looked good at the little bit I saw of the racing. He looked pretty good at Pocono at times.
Okay.
So,
all right,
good deal there. And then Ryan Reed finished 10th at Iowa, which I would like to see a cup race at Iowa. They have a good support there. It's like 7/8 mile, kind of a short track. Maybe only one Pocono race a year, but that'll never happen. That's my wish list.
That's your wish list. Well, I think the drivers might agree with you on that, right?
Yeah, but I don't think the NASCAR hierarchy would agree with me on that.
You have more news, right?
Alexis DeJoria.
Okay.
We have a little video of her.
Show her.
She had a little crash up at Sonoma, and it doesn't look all that bad. It's a hard crash.
Ooh, it is a hard crash.
She's like a slapper, and love the photographer here bailing out. And we'll see this from another angle. And having been in that position before, you want to duck and cover for sure when they're coming at you.
Oh my gosh!
Came
yeah.
Right. He moved afterwards.
Right. What do you think caused? What was the cause of that?
I didn't read what the cause of that. She just lost traction. She's getting out of the car. She has a broken pelvis, so she's likely out for Seattle. Coming up, you can see she was struggling.
Yeah.
So it was a high impact fracture, is what her team said. And that photography bailing is just great.
Incredible.
So NHRA, John Force went on to win.
Good win for him.
Ron Capps, and they had a great interview. The two of them clowning it up afterwards down at the top end. But another home run crowd for NHRA. They had a good crowd up at Denver to start the Western Swing. Great crowd at Sonoma for this race.
Yeah.
And then J.R. Todd won, I think, top field, and Anderson, I believe, Greg Anderson won.
What do you think? What do you think it is about what's going on in the NHRA right now that's really driving
They've changed a little bit. I think the TV package is helping get word out there. They had high ratings for this.
Yeah.
Again, so it's on Fox Sports, or this was on Fox actually. So they went on the network. So and they're getting, it's going to be on. They're doing the taped to live most of the time and catching up.
Right.
And I think it's drawn a little interest. And they're telling stories. They're going into the pits during that time between the semis and the finals.
Right.
And doing things, and I think it's a big upgrade on their television package, and that might be helping.
I think one of the things interesting too, but if you look at those top level stars in NHRA, I mean, there's so much more. They're very relatable people, too, and we've experienced that, with the accessibility that we've had with the Top Fuel or the guys that have come through, the Beckmans, the Caps, even John Force,
Yeah, they're not in the multimillionaire category of some of the other racers and flying around on private jets and a lot of these guys, Jack Beckman, I got to go home, mow my lawn.
Yeah.
And a lot of NASCAR drivers do that too. They like to get out there and work their estates.
Kevin Harvick's busy trying to keep his son out of
pedals.
Out of pedals.
Puddles and keeping him off the grounded him by taking the wheels off his go-kart.
Did you see the other video we posted, that one where he was who was he? Who was he supposed to be? Oh, he was Kyle Busch.
Oh, yeah, he was Kyle Busch, and then later on he was grounded, but it wasn't because he was Kyle Busch. It was just a little misbehaving. And so Harvick took all four wheels and tires off his cart. And
it's interesting.
Now he's in good graces again, and so he's got him back on with new tires.
It's interesting to see that little guy, we talked about, you just had your mini dwarf feature over the weekend, because what's Keelan, like maybe 3 or 4 years old maybe? And that how much faster he is getting just running that little go-kart around the driveway, and you could see him understanding how the car works.
If you look when he first got into that a year ago or so and what he's doing now, it's a big difference.
It's a big difference. So we got a lot of good reaction on the mini dwarf story. We'll talk about that more a little bit after the break. That was a big package in Sunday's newspaper. If you missed it, it's online with a video as well about the mini dwarfs, and that was one of Mike's, I think, better stories that we've had here over the last year on motorsports. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with more here on the Power Hour.